else, and let's get to it. The bus driver shortage is so bad that 250 National Guard members were activated to drive students to class in Massachusetts. So, creatively, we came into a situation where the government is not going to force vitamins. They're not going to force that upon the general populace. We knew that that was, hogwash from the beginning. We knew it was a scam. We knew it was fake. It was just a ruse. And they would find a way around it. Like I had said right from the beginning, that they won't do it themselves. They'll make us enforce it through our own stores by putting pressure on them through legalities, through another nature. And that's exactly what they did. And in a creative manner, uh, they are not going to directly say right to us, martial law. They're not going to do that because there will be revolts. But they're creative, just as they creatively came in the back door and are pushing in mandating and forcing vitamin shots. We are also going to be seeing a mandating without mandating of martial law, which we're seeing. And that's what this is in front of us. They're not, just as when the first wave rolled out, there was, new signs put out, plastic barriers put up, infrastructure was put into place, and we knew it was permanent. As soon as there was structure and companies were putting money into it, you knew it wasn't going away. And in the same way, um, the military movement isn't, just for fun. It's a mind prep. This is not going away. This is the creative way of stationing your military in every position so that when the switch is flipped, you have a man in every position you want anyway. People are used to it anyway. It's just the way it is, isn't it? This is how Germany woke up in a Nazi state, going, how did we get here? How did we allow all this? It's just happening on a day to day basis right in front of us. As I've been saying forever on this, that this is a replay on a worldwide basis of what took place in Germany. We know what's coming, and they're doing it right in front of us. Army could be called in to help Scottish ambulance service. Okay, so like the hospitals are not overstacked and overfull and overbooked. It's not true. It's not. What's happened is the governments have decided to reduce all the funding, which does not allow then for the right amount of staff, which then will put, and they have been for the past 20 years, the hospitals have been put into a lack of ability to supply the right amount of people, the right amount of beds, the right amount of equipment. But it has nothing to do with the current situation. It's been going on for 20 years. It's just an advantage depending on how you spin it at the time. And here it is being used to deploy more military. This is going on around the world. This is the deployment for a world martial law. We're just going to wake up one day and everyone's going to be locked down and no one's going to know what to do with it. I've been ringing this bell as hard and as long as I can. This is the last time. We're not getting out of this lockdown. This is the last lockdown. This is the perpetual lockdown now because now the military is not, they're not going to set up the military to take down the military. You don't give up and take that inch and then give that inch back. We're going to get used to it. It's going to be normalized just as it has been in the past on a worldwide basis. So, in the meantime, in the transition time, if you don't have your food prepped, this is your last chance. Even if you're in cities and you're not getting out of the cities, stock your food up and lock your door. Walk to work and walk home. And that's your new life. And probably going to be for a very long time. Like this situation is not a joke. And I don't think a lot of people are taking this seriously. They find it interesting. And they find, all these things going on weird. Too many people are now just waking up. We are at the end of one giant event and the beginning of another. We are entering into the militarized, apartheid, endemic state, which simply means we are going to live in a militarized system that is racist against one group of people because they don't have the medical clearance. Therefore, that group is going to be highly prejudiced against it, and the military is going to be there to protect against it in a continual, ongoing basis. This is the change of the world forever, is their attempt. So we can debate whether or not they'll be successful or not. It doesn't matter. They're putting it through. This is going along the timeline exactly to schedule as it was with, the so-called, government leaked papers that came out of Canada. They were so called, but it's the fourth quarter and the massive rollout has begun. This is it, people. The green passes were a temperature check. After that comes the lockdown to enforce them. And they're not going to step back from that infrastructure change. And they're doing it right in front of us. Are you ready for a war? Are you ready for a war? Because it's coming upon us whether we want it or not. It's not an option. That's why you need to be prepared. And any time you need to ask for help, they will be there waiting as long as you do exactly what they say. And for those of you who aren't going to ever be there willing, you know, to give them what they want, well, we're about to figure out what it means to live independently, self-sufficiently, and on the run. Just imagine in your minds those days where people were living in the floorboards of other people's houses while the military walked around searching for them. It's not a one-time historic event that story is unfolded. It's not a one-time event from one era. This goes into all eras. It goes into all military conquests. You search out the enemy and you destroy them. You don't just be okay with them. The military step is the next step, and this creative martial law, now that's upon us. So I hope you can see the temperature is changing. This isn't about your freedoms. This isn't about your rights. This isn't about your waiting and getting it and following the rules. This isn't about your protesting against it. That's all to keep your mind busy. That's already there to prevent you from seeing the economic collapse, the shipping shortages, the civil war being set up. It's not allowing you to see that because they're forcing such a heavy hand on the other side. And it's something that has to be dealt with. I'm not saying that these times are good, easy, right, or even, anything that, it's just unreal that it's happening, but it's more unreal that there are people who are participating willfully in it. And like I've said before, those are those are our biggest threat. It's the people who believe them. That's why I'm blown away that people want to follow their religion. They want to believe in the new Christ. They want to believe in the Grand Awakening. They want to believe in Theosophy. They want to believe in Spiritisms. They want to believe in the same things that drove these people to do this to us. They're no different. If you believe their stuff, you're no different than the people who are believing in what they see on the television. If you believe in Theosophy, if you believe in all those new age religion that have released, recently to help us see clearer the truth of everything. If you believe in that, if you've been caught up in that zeitgeist garbage, if you've been caught up in the new age, the new revelation, you know, vibrational impact, all this garbage, if you believe in that, you might as well just turn on soap operas and watch that too. It's all mind control. Go get food, find Jesus. If you're still struggling, it's worth the effort. It's the only thing that's worth the effort. If you're not going to bother looking for Jesus, don't bother stocking food. Because what's it for? If you're not keeping the name of Jesus alive and you're just going to go along with these people, you are these people. This is a harsh word. I haven't said very many harsh words, but we're at the dividing moment. This is it. There is no other moment. Now the military are intervening. Now the bully system is set up and there is no refusal. Those who refuse are going to disappear. We are at the transition point. The law has been changed, the minds have been corrupted, and the power is about to flex. We are now in a position where if you're not apart from them, you are a part of them. Come out from among them and be separate. Wherever you are, I hope this finds you well. God bless.